Hello wonderful humans who clicked on this video. My name is TJ and welcome to the wonderful chaos that I call content. Before we start the chaos, I have a few things to say. This video is set after the time skip in the Haikyuu manga. I do not spoil anything, they are just in the careers they have after high school. I do not own or claim any of the characters in this video, this content is for entertainment purposes only. The characters that I am using do not act like the characters do canonically. I am basing their reactions, responses, and basic personalities on how I view the canon characters. Alright, that's all I have to say. Let's get to the video.
Welcome viewers to the show that everybody loves. If you are now only just joining us, I will give you a quick rundown of the show. On this show we bring on one, and sometimes even more, lovely couples and ask them fun questions or make them do funny or weird challenges based off of a topic that is chosen by our subscribers. It is fun, chaotic, heartwarming, and even a little spicy at times. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, it is time to get to today's challenge. The challenge is, drum roll please. Who is most likely to? Ah. Yes. This challenge has been trending quite a lot on ClickClock, beautiful. Let us begin. First, let us welcome the first lovely couple. Professional volleyball player Tsukasa Kimi and Miya Atsumu. Crowd cheering sound. Both Tsukasa and Atsumu walk onto the stage waving and saying their greetings. Atsumu shakes the interviewer's hand and Tsukasa bows politely and smiles as his greeting. During interviews his agent sets up parameters so that he does not have to wear a mask so Tsukasa's face can be uncovered. After the greetings they take their seats next to each other across from the interviewer. Welcome to the show. I have been dying to have you two on here. We are all big fans of you new all-star players, you have definitely made volleyball the new big thing to watch. Thank you for inviting us. I am glad we could provide you with some entertainment. Yes, we are all big fans of the show. Our teammates are excited to see what you will make us do. And I'm ready to beat Omi in another challenge. Atsumu sends a sneaky wink to Tsukasa who just rolls his eyes in response. I'll beat you next game Miya. Just watch. Sure you will Omi-kun. Wait. Aren't you both on the same team? The MSBY Black Jackals if I'm not mistaken? Ah, yes we are. We just have a little friendly little competition between the two of us to see who can get the most service aces in our official games. And I was the victor yesterday. It was a fluke really, Tsukasa knows it was not a fluke but he is still pissed about it. Atsumu is not going to take the bait. Well alrighty then. I have no idea what you are talking about, but thankfully volleyball is not the reason we are here today. Ah yes, we were informed that we'd be playing something called the what was it again? Who's most likely to challenge? Oh yes that. I must admit I am a little interested in what the challenge will consist of. How do I win? What he means to say is how do we play? Alright. The rules are as follows. I will ask you a series of who is most likely to questions, and without discussing it with each other you will have 3 seconds to share your answer with us by either pointing to the person who is most likely to do the question asked or by raising your hand if you are the one that most likely would do it. If you both answer correctly nothing happens. But whoever gets it wrong will receive a point, and whoever has the most points by the end of the challenge you will have to do a penalty challenge suggested to us by our viewers. Do you have any questions? Nope. Sounds easy enough. I agree. I definitely know my Omi better than he knows me so this should be fun. Bring it on Miya. Tsukasa fake yawns. Oh ho I love the energy that we have created in the studio today. Let's begin. Score. Tsukasa Kimi, 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to get robbed? PFT. Tsukasa covers his mouth to hide his laughter. Atsumu shoves his shoulder and his cheeks begin to turn a light pink. Shut up. 1, 2, share. Atsumu raises his hand. Tsukasa points to Atsumu while still trying to hide his laughter. He told me he was locked outside. How was I supposed to know? Miya. It's our team's dormitory. You would have seen him at least once before. Atsumu grumbles and crosses his arms with a huff. Tsukasa just continues to laugh until the interviewer clears their throat. They both sit up and return their focus to the game. Sorry about that. Yes. Apologies. Please continue. Score. Tsukasa Kimi, 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to go grocery shopping for one thing, and come back with everything else other than the one thing they needed? 1, 2, share. Tsukasa confidently points to Atsumu. Atsumu confidently points to Tsukasa. Wait. Me? Why'd you choose me? You always bring back random things we don't need. But I still buy the things on the list, Omi-kun. One day you literally came back after 5 hours. With nothing we put on the list and like 6 things of hand sanitizer and new masks. ... There was a sale. And there were too many people at the grocery store. ... Tsukasa gives up with a sigh. Fine. Tsukasa raises his hand unenthusiastically. Moving on. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 1. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to go skydiving? 1, 2, share. They both answer immediately. Atsumu raises his hand happily. Tsukasa points at Atsumu. Easy. Way too many germs for Omi-kun. He smirks at Tsukasa mockingly. He returns the look with an unaffected smile. I hope you swallow a bug. Atsumu clutches his heart dramatically. Oh Omi, I love you too. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 1. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to skip work? Or in your case is practice? 1, 2, share. Atsumu points at Tsukasa. Tsukasa raises his hand. He literally skipped a week of practice to clean the dorm. Because these dumbass. Because my lovely teammates decided to throw a party. And no one cleaned up after themselves. Bo cleaned. Oh, I remember. Akashi-san even sent me his condolences when Bokuto-san informed him that he cleaned. Because somehow he made it worse. ... Atsumu really had no way to defend his teammate. Tsukasa was not wrong. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 1. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to eat weird food? 1, 2, share. Tsukasa raised his hand. Atsumu pointed at Tsukasa with a disgusted look on his face. Really? I can honestly say that I was not expecting that. You should see the things Omi eats. Atsumu pretends to gag. Tsukasa shrugs. As long as it is not too messy and the food establishment or chef checks out, I am okay with any food. I mean, his favorite food is umeboshi. Atsumu cringes, so I do not know what I was expecting. Hey. You enjoyed it when your brother made those onigiri. Babe. He made me umpy once. I was pretending. Tsukasa rolled his eyes. TCH. More for me than. Cute. Right? Atsumu smiles fondly at Tsukasa. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 1. Atsumu Miya, 0. Who's most likely to join a cult? 1, 2, share. Atsumu points at Tsukasa. Tsukasa points at Atsumu. Hold on. Me? Why did you choose me? What makes you think I'd ever join a cult? And what makes you think I would? Miya. Bokuto and Hinata literally guilt trip you into setting for them every day after practice. I love you, but you are so gullible, you will believe anything they say. God forbid they compliment you, then I will never get to see you. That is not true. I always want to set to them. I never do it when I don't want to. Even that one time they convinced you to stay for 5 hours after the main practice was over to help them get better so they do not disappoint you against the Adlers? You missed Suna's big birthday dinner because of that. ... I forgot about that. Shit. Fine. Atsumu rolled his eyes and raised his hand. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 1. Atsumu Miya, 1. Tsukasa smirked at Atsumu. Shut up. Who's most likely to get a special piercing? Both boys start to blush when they hear the question. 1, 2, share. ... They both clear their throats and point to each other. Oh, so. What is the right answer? I will take this loss. Tsukasa nodded his head, agreed. Score. Tsukasa-kumi, 2. Atsumu Miya, 2. Who is most likely to use the worst pickup lines? 1, 2, share. Atsumu raises his hand with a smirk. Tsukasa rolls his eyes and points at Atsumu. May we have a little taste, Miya? Oh God, please no. Of course. I cannot disappoint my fans. Boy, you served an ace through my heart. All that's sweet. Are you a volleyball? Oh no, please do not. Because I want to receive you all night long. Atsumu ends it with a wink and kiss directed at Tsukasa. The interviewer blushes. Tsukasa sinks lower into his chair, covering his face and its growing blush. And the interviewer clears their throat. Tsukasa, this worked on you? Tsukasa does not remove the hand covering his face when he answers, I am not proud. ... don't let him fool ya. He loves M. Tsukasa still slouched and covering his face. Next question please. Score. Tsukasa 2. Atsumu Miya, 2. Who's most likely to become an internet troll? 1, 2, share. Tsukasa repositions himself on the chair and raises his hand. Atsumu starts laughing and points at Tsukasa. You should see Omikan's secret accounts. Tsukasa rolls his eyes. What does he do? Nothing too big, I just interact with fans. PFT he sure does. He is not a big fan of the Atsuhina and Atsukita shippers. Of course I'm not. He's a bit possessive. No. It's fine. Just. Tsukasa whispers the next words while looking away from Atsumu. You're mine Atsu. Atsumu screeches happily, Kumi. The interviewer smiles at the display. He stops when Atsumu flings himself at the other, wrapping his arms around Tsukasa, surprising both the audience and the host because it is widely known that Tsukasa is not a fan of physical touch and has been seen pushing others away when they attempt to even slightly touch him. Atsumu is still holding Tsukasa, making sure to not touch his uncovered skin, smiling and leaning up to place a kiss on the top of his boyfriend's head. It is eerily silent in the studio until the sound of Tsukasa's faint laughter comes from where the two of them are sitting, now in the same chair, and hugging. Tsukasa tapped Atsumu's clothed arms, smiling softly. Atsumu baby, please get off. We are still in the middle of an interview. Atsumu immediately shot up as if he had forgotten where they were at the moment. He then removed himself from Tsukasa and his chair, apologizing to the host as he returned to his own seat. Once he was still back in his chair, Tsukasa reached over and grabbed his hand, to which Atsumu gladly wrapped his fingers around the other's, smiling widely. Apologies for that. I tend to be a bit much when it comes to Omi. A bit? The host clears their throat. No. That is fine. Are you okay with a few more? The host is cut off by someone whispering in his ear. The host's eyes become wide and they nod enthusiastically. No. That's fine. Bring them in. Tsukasa and Atsumu look at each other with confused looks on their faces. Sorry about that. We have just been informed that we will be joined by two special guests. Special guests? Who are they? You know them well. Everyone please welcome Hinata Shoyo and Bokuto Kotaro to the stage. The crowd cheers. You may know these if you've been following the career of Tsukasa and Miya, since they are the other two MSBY Blackjack All-Stars that have been shaking up the volleyball world. Bokuto and Hinata come on stage smiling bright and waving enthusiastically at the audience and cameras. They then take their spots next to Atsumu and Tsukasa. What are you two doing here? Sorry Tsukasa-san. We came to pick you guys up and were recognized in the lobby. So obviously we had to make an appearance. Of course you did. We are happy to have you. We only have a few more questions in this challenge, so why not make it exciting and add 2 more? I'm always up for a challenge. Yeah. Me too. Beautiful. The host explains the rules to the 2 new members and they nod enthusiastically in understanding. We will be starting the points over, which really does not change anything since the 2 of you were tied. Alright. Let's begin. Score. Tsukasa 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Shoyo Hinata, 0. Bokuto Kotaro, 0. Who's most likely to get drunk first when going out? 1, 2, share. Everyone points to Hinata. Hinata raises his hand. I'm small. It's okay Chibi-chan. Bokuto laughs and pats his head. Score. Tsukasa 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Shoyo Hinata, 0. Bokuto Kotaro, 0. Who's most likely to go skinny dipping in winter when it is snowing? 1, 2, share. Bokuto raises his hand smiling. Atsumu raises his hand proudly. Tsukasa points at Atsumu. Hinata points at Atsumu. What? I've done it more than you, Bo, Atsumu says proudly. That's not something to boast about, Miya. But you are still just as cool, Bokuto-senpai. Bokuto brightens up. Thanks Chibi-chan. Score. Tsukasa 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Shoyo Hinata, 0. Bokuto Kotaro, 1. Who's most likely to forget an important event? 1, 2, share. Everyone points at Hinata. Hinata raises his hand, rubbing the back of his neck. Yeah, I totally forgot about me and Kageyama's anniversary last year. He was pissed for like a week. Happens to the best of us. Not really, Bo. Score. Tsukasa 0. Atsumu Miya, 0. Shoyo Hinata, 0. Bokuto Kotaro, 1. Who's most likely to be a good parent? 1, 2, share. Hinata and Atsumu point at Bokuto. Tsukasa and Bokuto point at Atsumu. Atsumu blushes when he sees that he got the most votes. What, why? There is no way that kid wouldn't be so happy with you as their dad. Atsumu looked at Tsukasa with teary eyes. Mia, Atsumu, you put so much care and effort into what you do. There is no way you wouldn't do the same when it came to being a parent. Atsumu squeezes Tsukasa's hand tighter to keep himself from crying. And I appreciate the confidence you two have in me, but Kiji is definitely the more responsible one when it comes to kids. That was so wholesome. Alright. This will be our last question of the day. Score. Tsukasa Kumi, 0. Atsumu Mia, 1. Shoyo Hinata, 1. Bokuto Kotaro, 1. Who's most likely to get punched in the face? 1, 2, share. Bokuto, Hinata, and Atsumu point at Tsukasa. Tsukasa points at Atsumu. What? Why me? Babes, you are kind of an ass. Tsukasa-san, you are not the friendliest. But that is just when it comes to first impressions. Tsukasa rolls his eyes. Whatever. Atsumu laughs. We still love you, Omi-kun. Yeah. 100%. Stop yelling. Well, this was an amazing challenge. The final score has ended in a tie. Which means no one will have to face the penalty. How lucky. But it is time to bring this show to an end. I hope we get to have you on here again for more challenges. Bokuto and Hinata, we will be reaching out to you and your partners soon to join us for a challenge soon. I cannot wait. Hikashi is going to love this. Thank you for having us. Yes, thank you. This was very fun. Alright. That is all we have for you today, viewers. I hope you tune in next week for the next challenge that is provided by our wonderful subscribers in the comments. Be sure to comment what penalty you want the challengers to face as well. We will be keeping an eye out for your suggestions and comments. Bye for now.
Hello wonderful humans who stayed until the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe, like, or leave a comment. If you don't want to, that is fine too. Just know that any and all interaction brings me so much joy and motivation to do another video. I will definitely be making an interview series with all of the ships where they play fun and entertaining games. If you have any ships you'd like to see me do, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, this is the end. Thank you again for watching.